If you want to age well and prevent disease, you probably know that you need to have strong bones. And a lot of people deal with osteoporosis and weak bones as they age. But what's really confusing is as more and more people are supplementing with calcium or eating a lot of dairy or calcium-rich food, the numbers for osteoporosis are still increasing. And a really great example is when I was younger, my grandma ate a lot of milk and dairy products to help prevent osteoporosis. However, she ended up falling and breaking her hip. She found out that she had very weak bones. So what was missing, and what's missing for you, what's missing for all of us, as far as what we need to be doing to have strong bones as we age? So I'm going to give you 5 ways to increase your bone density as you age. These are things that I do in my own life as a nurse and things that we should talk more about that can significantly help you age well and prevent disease. One thing that you need in order to age well and prevent disease are 2 grown German Shepherds. Just kidding. The first thing that I recommend for strong bones is going to be to supplement with vitamin K. When you think about strong bones, you probably think about calcium. I do too. We definitely need to have enough calcium in order to have strong bones. However, it is overstated. The importance of calcium is completely overstated. Calcium requires vitamin K in order to get into where calcium belongs, in our bones and teeth. Calcium does not get into our bones and teeth. It can build up in places that it does not belong, such as arteries, such as kidney stones, such as calcium deposits outside of the bone. It is really hard to get enough vitamin K in our diet. Vitamin K has also been shown to help regulate bone remodeling. It's an important process necessary to maintain adult bones. And bone remodeling involves the removal of old damaged bones and the replacement of new bones. That's so cool. So if you think about an upgrade for a house and you want to do some remodeling, how are you going to upgrade that house if you don't have the tools, if you don't have the new door, the new handles, the new windows, whatever you're going to do to upgrade that house? Those new materials are vitamin K. Our bones, as we age, like everything else, they kind of start to degrade. But we want to upgrade them as we age, and you can with these next 4 steps I'm going to give you, but we have to have enough vitamin K. I recommend supplementing with vitamin K. That's what I do in my own life. I have all my siblings, all my family members, most of my clients supplement with vitamin K. And so let's see what can help us to remodel these bones as we age as well. The second thing that I do as a nurse in order to have healthy bones as I age is to eat enough calories. While you may not think of that as something to support adequate bone health, our calorie intake and the quality of our calories has a direct impact on the amount of bone that we have as we age, even starting from adolescence. For women of childbearing age or who have cycles, it's very important that they have regular ovulatory cycles. This is not only important for having children or reproduction, it is extremely vital to having healthy bones as well. And there's really not many people advocating for that, because young adolescent girls who are having amenorrhea, which is lack of a cycle, are at a greater risk for developing bone health issues as they age later in life. And the reason is that so much of our initial bone growth happens during our adolescent and younger years. And then that bone health starts to decline unless we do something about it. And so for young women especially, it is so important to have healthy hormones and a regular ovulatory cycle, meaning they're ovulating every cycle. Each time that happens, progesterone is released. And progesterone is a huge anti-aging and bone protective mechanism, and cardioprotective, so many different things. In my own life, I have a video on it you can check on, but I was diagnosed with hypothalamic amenorrhea. What that is just to tell you shortly, is I wasn't having a cycle for at least 2 years after I became a caregiver for my father due to excessive stress. And one of the sources of that stress, I didn't realize at the time, I was very active, was I wasn't eating enough calories. I had to manage stress in my life, but I also had to increase my calorie intake in order to have a healthy cycle. And the reason I did that is because I understood, or I learned about the importance of healthy hormones as we age. I knew if I didn't fix this problem, it would increase the likelihood that I would have not only weak bones, but also a greater risk for stroke, heart disease, and other health issues that were very important to me to prevent as I age. So eating enough calories is very important for young adolescent girls in order to support healthy bones. Maybe you're thinking, well, I'm not an adolescent girl, so that doesn't really apply to me. That's fine. For men and women of all ages, low calorie diets can impact the energy necessary to grow and build muscle related to bone health. So whether you're a man or a woman, whatever your age, if you don't have enough calories to promote muscle growth, you will, as a result, not have very strong bones, because our bone health is tied to our muscle health. It's been shown that calorie restricted weight loss is linked to a decrease in bone mineral density. However, exercise induced weight loss is not associated with a decrease in bone mineral density. If you can get your calories at a healthy range but increase your exercise, that can cause you to lose body fat but preserve bone mass, and that is very cool. Think twice about these really low calorie diets. They can cause you to not get enough nutrients. They can have a negative impact on your hormones, which directly impact our bones. They can impact your muscle growth, and they can cause you to lose the bone density associated with trying to protect our bones as we age. That leads us to number 3. Use your muscles. Every time we use our muscles release something called myokines. Myokines travel to almost every organ in our body, but also to our bones specifically. And the phenomenal thing is they promote new bone growth. That's crazy. Most of us are only thinking about protecting the bone mass that we have, but really you need to know we can grow new bone no matter your age. And the way we do that is we use our muscles and we build muscle. Strong bones require strong muscles. So whether it is walking, resistance training, body weight movements, you need to be using your muscles. This is why I am so passionate, one of the many reasons, about helping you exercise, because yes, lifting weights is important. Yes, you could do it for 30 minutes a day, but short workouts matter too. Cardio matters too. Daily movement matters too. If you don't use it, you lose it. And if we lose muscle mass, we're gonna lose bone mass as well. So whatever it takes, avoid the muscle loss associated with aging and work on building that muscle. The 4th thing that I recommend in order to have healthy bones is to supplement with magnesium. Now, magnesium is not usually associated with bone health, but did you know that magnesium is a very important mineral for our bones? 60% of the magnesium is in our body is stored in our bones, and most people are deficient. Another aspect too is that stress increases your need for magnesium. So while you may not be thinking that you need magnesium in your life, if you are dealing with stress, which a lot of people do as they age, I think that stress increases as we age, then you definitely need to make sure that you're supplementing with magnesium. Magnesium has really high rewards and low side effects. As long as you take the right one, I recommend magnesium glycinate, and I have a video all about magnesium because I think magnesium is so important, and I will link it below. Just a reminder, your blood level of magnesium is not the best indicator of if you're deficient or not. That is a 1% snapshot of the amount of magnesium in your body. 99% of it is outside of the blood. And so while we still want magnesium blood levels to be normal, in that normal range, that doesn't let you know if you're deficient or not. And then the final thing that is probably the most overlooked aspect to having healthy bones, but is a huge part of aging for many, many people, is insulin resistance. Insulin resistance can be really confusing, but if you think of it as pre-diabetes, okay, it's a precursor to type 2 diabetes. Most people, as they age, are increasing insulin resistance in their life through lifestyle factors such as losing muscle, nutrient deficiency, poor sleep, inactivity, and things like that. And so insulin resistance increases. It's not just all about sugar intake, by the way. It has been shown that insulin resistance leads to osteoporosis, and more specifically, high levels of insulin rather than high levels of glucose are linked to osteoporosis. What does that mean? Insulin resistance occurs when insulin doesn't work as well. So the body ends up releasing more and more insulin to get the job done. When it should require this much, it requires that much. That's a sign that someone's insulin resistant, when there's too much insulin in the blood. Not necessarily that someone's type 2 diabetic or they have too much glucose. So your ability to manage insulin resistance as you age is one of the most transformative things that you can do. Of course, it can help you to prevent type 2 diabetes. Of course, it can help you to decrease abdominal weight gain. Of course, it can help you to decrease your risk for heart disease and stroke. But did you know that it can also decrease your risk for developing osteoporosis? We cannot escape the importance of decreasing insulin resistance in our life as we age. I am so very passionate about it because I do not think enough people talk about it, and I do think it is the secret to aging well and preventing disease. I'm gonna tell you one last one, just kind of as a little bit extra, but it really ties into all of them, and that is that chronic stress decreases bone mass. When we think about aging well and preventing disease, stress management should be front and center, because increase in psychological stress alone also increases insulin resistance. It also depletes our body of magnesium. It also can lead to inactivity, right? And mental health issues such as anxiety or depression or isolation. And then also it can lead to other nutrient deficiencies, so not getting enough vitamin K in our diet. One of the best things that you can do is to decrease chronic stress in your life. I know that is so much easier said than done, but sometimes we need to hear it in order to step back and realize that our health is not only dictated by the number on the scale, nor is it dictated by the size of pants that we're wearing. If we really want to age well and prevent disease, put these other things front and center for you. You need to manage stress. We need to make sure we get these nutrients, right supplements, build muscle, and support a healthy metabolic system through decreasing insulin resistance. And as a result, you'll have a healthy internal body, and these other external desires such as a healthy weight loss and being in a certain size pants can also be accomplished as well. But make sure whatever your approach to losing body fat or hitting any type of goal is not increasing your risk for disease. That is so possible to do. The quality of the food that you eat, the nutrients you're consuming, the amount of movement you're able to do is very, very important to help you age well and prevent disease. So don't ever compromise that. If you have any questions or you'd like to hear more about bone health or any other subjects, please feel free to comment below. And thanks so much for your support. Take care.